Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about alveoli. Alveoli are tiny air sacs in the lungs that take up the oxygen we breathe in and keep your body going. Alveoli is located inside the lungs. It is a very tiny air sacs. There are millions of air sacs. 480 million alveoli are there inside our lungs. Already we have seen, although they are microscopic, very minute, alveoli are the work horses of your respiratory system. It works like horses. It is running like a horse. You have about 480 million alveoli located at end of the bronchial tubes. The total area of air sacs in the lungs above 2000 square feet or more than 100 times the body's surface area. Alveoli is meant for the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. You see this picture, where is alveoli? From top there is third part. You see alveoli. Do you know, on an average, an adult human being at rest breathes in and out 15 to 18 times in a minute. In a minute, we breathe 15 to 18 times. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase up to 25 times per minute. If you run, you will breathe 25 times. Smoking damages lungs. Smoking is also linked to cancer, lung cancer. It must be avoided. So, my dear students, if anyone, your relative, neighbor, if they smoke, please tell this information to them. It will be very helpful to their family and the particular individual. When you sneeze, you should cover your nose so that the foreign particles you expel are not inhaled by others. It is very helpful also from coming coronavirus also. Okay, we should cover our nose while we sneeze. Next topic is mechanism of breathing. Inspiration, inhalation. Inspiration, otherwise called inhalation. What is inspiration? Taking air inside our lungs. The time oxygen will be taken. Expiration, exhalation time, carbon dioxide will be coming out. The process of taking air into the lungs is called inspiration or inhalation. During inspiration, the sternum, the center of the lungs, in front of the lungs, there is one bone. That bone is called sternum, is pushed up and outward, and the diaphragm is pulled down. This increases the volume of the thoracic cavity. The thorax, the lungs is located, that cavity is called the thoracic cavity, and the pressure decreases. The air outside the body flows into the lungs. Here exchange of gases takes place between the air and the blood. Next, expiration, otherwise called exhalation, X out. The process of expelling air from the lungs is called expiration or exhalation. Upon exhalation, the lungs recoil to force the air out of the lungs. The intercostal muscles. What is intercostal muscles? Between the ribs. We have 12 pairs of ribs. Already we have seen. Between the rib bone, there is a muscle. That muscles are called intercostal muscles. Relax, returning the chest wall to its original position. During exhalation, the diaphragm also relaxes, moving higher into the thoracic cavity. This increases the pressure within the thoracic cavity relative to the environment. Air rushes out of the lungs due to the pressure gradient. This movement of air out of the lungs is a passing event. exhalation, very easily air is coming out, so it is a passive. When we take air, it is an active process, there is some energy is utilized, but here there is no energy utilized. Passive event. What is passive event? For example, if you come from Kolli Hills to Namakkal, you can come very easily. If you come in bicycle or four-wheeler or any bike, very easily you can come. You no need to use any fuel or your muscular energy. At the same time, from Namakkal to Kolli Hills, from foothills to outside of Kolli Hills, you need energy, adenosine triphosphate. Exchange of gases in the alveoli. The oxygen and the carbon dioxide is exchanged in the alveoli only. Inside the alveoli, there is bunch of capillaries. What is capillary? That is a blood vessel. There only oxygen and the carbon dioxide is exchanged. The content of oxygen in the inhaled air in alveoli is more than the blood flowing through the capillaries. So the oxygen moves into the blood by simple diffusion. What is diffusion? Exchanges. Simply it enters. Hemoglobin in the blood combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. The blood carrying oxygen reaches the heart through blood vessels. The heart pumps it to all the tissue in the body. The tissue releases carbon dioxide, which is carried back to alveoli by the blood. The blood carries all the nutrients and oxygen to each tissue. At the same time, all the tissues releases carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is taken by blood to the alveoli. Carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood to the air in the alveoli and is sent out of the body when the air is exhaled. You see these two pictures, inhalation and exhalation. What is happening in our thoracic cavity, our lungs? You see the first picture, inhalation, air enter the lungs. You see the diaphragm, there is no changes. The diaphragm, what is diaphragm? That is what muscle present below the lungs. One line like is given enough. You see the exhalation, air expelled, comes out from the lungs. Trachea, windpipe, air pipe. You see here the diaphragm is coming upwards, demonstrating inhalation and exhalation. Next we are going to see about differences between inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation, the muscles of the diaphragm contract, the muscles of the diaphragm relax. The diaphragm goes downward, the diaphragm goes upward. The ribs, we have 12 pairs of ribs, move upwards and outwards. The ribs move downwards. The volume of thoracic chest cavity increases, the volume of thoracic chest cavity decreases. Air enters the lungs through the nose, air goes out of the lungs through the nose. My dear student, if you have time in your home, you can do this activity. Constructing a model of lungs. Materials are required: Y-shaped tube, a large balloon, 2 small balloons, a 1 liter plastic bottle and cork. You no need to go any shop to purchase this. If you have any material like this in your home, you can do it. Otherwise, you simply just listen. Method of construction. Cut off the plastic bottle in the middle as given in the picture. Below there is a picture. You see that picture also. Fix 2 small balloons in the both ends of the oil tube. Make a hole in the cork. What is cork? The bottle upside one we can close, instead of a lid we can construct one material made of wood, that is cork, and fix the white tube. Make a small hole in the cork and fix the white tube through the hole as shown in the picture. You see this picture. Cut a large balloon into 2 halves. and fix one half tightly around the open part of the bottle as shown in the picture. Method of working: hold the large balloon in the middle and pull it slowly downwards as shown in the picture. Observe the change in the balloons inside the bottle. Now leave the balloon free. Answer the question. What do you understand from the demonstration? How our lungs is working? We can understand doing this demonstration, my dear student. Another one activity. What is happening in your body during breathing? Stand erect, stand straightly and wave your hands insidewards. Take a deep breath and feel your rib movements. Then run some 100 meters and observe the rib movements. Compare your result with your friends. This also, if you have time or if you have sister, brother, you can do these two activity. Thank you, student.